Hey guys, Jimmo here again with another very cool video on polishing and removing swirls. No, not squirrels. So anyhow, we're going over removing swirl marks, which are these odd looking holograms that appear when somebody polishes a car incorrectly. Now what I'm going to be doing more than anything is showing you the necessary steps for polishing and show you the difference each step makes and why you would have swirl marks. Sometimes what you would do first in polishing is sand a defect out of the clear coat. This demonstration will be going with the assumption we are simply trying to restore the shine from a faded finish. First thing I've done is polished with a wool pad and a coarse compound. The wool pad is a little bit more aggressive than the foam pads, so I wanted to see what kind of difference we'd have here. In most cases you would choose one or the other for the first step. So next I'll be going over it with the same compound but with a foam composite pad. So what I'm doing here is polishing with a coarse compound and pad, taping it off, and then continuing with step 2 and step 3 of the polishing process. After taping that section off, I'll then switch to a swirl mark remover with a black foam pad. The idea behind polishing is we are gradually switching to a finer and finer polish and pad, which creates smaller and smaller scratches, removing the ones from each previous step until we are left with a high gloss shine. And to give you some idea on a time frame here, we're spending around 2 minutes per square foot with each step, and we're applying a bit of pressure, enough to keep it firm and the pads compressed slightly, but not really pressing hard. The next step is an ultrafine polishing compound with an even finer blue foam composite pad. Now this step is somewhat optional. If you want the shiniest of the shiny, you're going to want to do this 100% of the time. Also, if you're polishing a dark finish, you must use it if you want to remove the ultrafine scratches that are likely going to be visible if you skip this step. One other thing you want to do is wipe down the panel with a good microfiber cloth in between each polishing step. Otherwise, you'll be polishing with the coarsest compound that makes contact with your pad. And the last thing I'll do quickly is go over the other half of the hood with a very common lazy method of putting a coarse compound on a soft pad. It's something that gets the car out the door at many shops, so I figured I would include it. So once we get this unmasked, you really don't notice a tremendous difference inside, but once we get it out in the sun, you can finally start to see what I'm talking about. So starting from the top left, we have our wool pad and coarse compound, which doesn't look all that different from the foam pad next to it. And the wool pad in person has some coarser scratches that are more apparent inside, but you can see they're both reflecting those ugly holograms. The third square from the left is our swirl mark remover on the black softer pad, which you can see is a significant improvement but not perfect. If this were a lighter color, it would not look quite so severe. And the right side of the hood, we use the Frankenstein method of a coarse compound on a soft pad, and it really doesn't look a whole lot better than the ones in the very top left. So lastly, you can see the large square in the bottom left is where we have the best swirl-free finish, which was achieved using the blue pad and the ultrafine compound. So to sum things up, the reason swirl marks exist is because someone most likely didn't follow the entire polishing protocol. And worth mentioning, if you want to remove swirls temporarily for whatever reason, you can apply some wax and it will temporarily mask them until the wax wears off. So there you go. Hopefully this was of some use to you. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for other tips, and make sure you leave me a comment to let me know what you think. Thanks. Later.